Good morning, my dear students. In the previous class, we have seen that money is something that can act as a medium of exchange in transactions. Before the introduction of coins, a variety of objects was used as money. For example, since the very early ages, Indians used grains and cattle as money. Thereafter came the use of metallic coins, gold, silver, copper coins, a phase which continued well into the last century. Today, modern forms of money include currency, paper notes, and coins. Unlike the things that were used as money earlier, modern currency is not made of precious metal such as gold, silver, and copper. And unlike grain and cattle, they are neither of everyday use. The modern currency is without any use of its own. Then, why is it accepted as a medium of exchange? It is accepted as a medium of exchange because the currency is authorized by the government of the country. In India, Reserve Bank of India issues currency notes on behalf of the central government. As per Indian law, no other individual or organization is allowed to issue currency. Moreover, the law legalizes the use of rupee as a medium of payment that cannot be refused in settling transactions in India. No individual in India can legally refuse a payment made in rupee. Hence, the rupee is widely accepted as a medium of exchange. Deposits with banks. The other form in which people hold money is as deposit with banks. At a point of time, people need only some currency for their day-to-day needs. For instance, workers who receive their salaries at the end of each month have extra cash at the beginning of the month. What do people do with this extra cash? They deposit it with the banks by opening a bank account in their name. Banks accept the deposits and also pay an amount as interest on the deposits. In this way, people's money is safe with the banks and it earns an amount as interest. People also have the provision to withdraw the money as and when they require. Since the deposits in the bank account can be withdrawn on demand, these deposits are called demand deposits. Demand deposits offer another interesting facility. It is this facility which lends it the essential characteristics of money, that of a medium of exchange. You would have heard of payments being made by checks instead of cash. For payment through check, the payer who has an account with the bank make out a check for a specific amount. A check is a paper instructing the bank to pay a specific amount from the person's account to the person in whose name the check has been issued. Thus, we see that demand deposits share the essential feature of money. The facility of checks against demand deposits make it possible to directly settle payments without the use of cash. Since demand deposits are accepted widely as means of payment, along with currency, they constitute money in the modern economy. Loan activities of banks. Let us take the story of banks further. What do the banks do with the deposits which they accept from public? There is an interesting mechanism at work here. Banks keep only a small proportion of their deposits as cash with themselves. For example, banks in India these days hold about 15% of their deposits as cash. This is kept as provision to pay the depositors who might come to withdraw money from the bank on any given day. Since on any particular day only some of its money depositors come to withdraw cash, the bank is able to manage with this cash. Banks use the major proportion of the deposits to extend loans. There is a huge demand for loans for various economic activities. Banks make use of these deposits to meet the loan requirement for the people. In this way, banks mediate between those who have surplus funds, the depositors, and those who are in need of these funds, the borrowers. Banks charge a higher interest rate on loans than what they offer on deposits. The difference between what is charged from borrowers and what is paid to depositors is their main source of income. A large number of transactions in our day-to-day activities involve credit in some form or the other. Credit or loan refers to an agreement in which the lender supplies the borrower with money, goods or services in return for the promise of future payment. Terms of credit. Every loan agreement specifies an interest rate which the borrower must pay to the lender along with the repayment of the principal amount. In addition, lenders may demand collateral or security against loans. Collateral is an asset that the borrower owns, such as land, building, vehicle, livestock, deposit with banks, etc., and use this as a guarantee to a lender until the loan is repaid. Properties such as land titles, deposits with banks, livestock are some common examples of collateral used for borrowing. If the borrower fails to repay the loan, the lender has the right to sell the asset or collateral to obtain payment. Interest rate, collateral and documentation requirement and the mode of repayment together comprise terms of credit. The terms of credit vary substantially from one credit arrangement to another. They may vary depending on nature of the lender and the borrower. These are the terms of credit. Thank you.